YouTube, I need your help.
We're disrespecting a future U.S. Army soldier.
What is going on, guys? Ron here. We are back, and I'm serious about that, guys. I need you to gather a little bit of data for me. So if you guys were in my Discord earlier today, I sent out an all-call ping, which was like this. I'll just screenshot it and put it in this video here, in which I sort of stated that I wanted people to tally up the amount of games in which there was a carrier. Now, there's a few stipulations for this, and I want you guys to take note, because instead of just relying on feelings, which is what I feel like a lot of this community does, oh, I feel this way, so therefore it must be a fact. No, we're going to utilize or attempt to utilize hard data. So if you guys want to participate in this, I need you guys to take note, and let's only do it for tier 7. That seems to be the most popular tier, and especially considering that there was a new carrier released, and on top of that there was a carrier in the ships tab here, the Graf Zeppelin, which notably is a fun carrier, and by the time you're watching this video it'll probably be off sale, but it was on sale for 7,000 doubloons. Now, what I want you guys to take note of is at tier 7, if you are not in a carrier or a division with a carrier, how many of those games were carrier games? For example, if I load up my and let's only do tier 7, okay, just to kind of keep it simple. If I go into the game and I press A right now, I'm in my mine CE, and it's a carrier game, I want you to just keep a mental, not a mental note, but either a checklist, a spreadsheet. So a quick little mid-video edit here. I actually made a Google Doc with a spreadsheet on it, so you guys can easily track it that way. I will link that Google Doc in the description of this video if you so choose to participate. Anyway, back to Aaron from the past. Sheet, something with actual data and not personal anecdotes or feelings, right? I love those things, and I know that sometimes if you know you only played 2 games and they both were carrier games, it's very easy to remember. But after 5 or so games, it sometimes gets lost in the memory bank, and notably, some games are more memorable than others. So let's use hard data. Let's not use feelings. Let's not use I think. Let's not use personal anecdotes. Let's use hard data to see the amount of carrier games that have been populating in the servers amongst the community. On top of that, right, so a quick little example, right? I press A in this game. I go in my mines here. It's a carrier. I'm going to click yes. 1 of 1. I played 1 game in a cruiser. It was a carrier game. Now, I would really like for you guys to have a minimum of 10 games, more if possible. Just go out, what ship you're in, or basically if you're not in a carrier or in a division with a carrier, right? I prefer solo play, but division is fine, again, as long as you're not in a carrier, because if you're in a carrier, it's going to guarantee a carrier game. That defeats the purpose of this study. And then, right, mark it down, yes carrier game, no carrier game, the overall number of games, and did you enjoy those games? So, and granted, this is going to be, the enjoyment factor is probably going to be a lot of, I probably shouldn't add this in, but I want to, because I want number 1, I want Wargaming to see it. Number 2, I want the community to see it, because I feel like we've been having a lot more carrier games, but I don't want to go based off of feeling, right? I could sit here and go on a rant about carrier games, and a lot of the community would probably enjoy it, but I want to go off of data first. And then we will kind of do our opinions about that, because it really irks me sometimes when people are like, well, they nerfed this ship because I feel like I should have got a depth strike. Okay, well, can you show me the salvos? Well, I just remember they weren't as accurate. It's like, what were you shooting at? What were these circumstances? What was the distance? What was there's so many different factors, and feeling is like the last thing that we should rely on, right? A great example of this is, you guys know I kind of operate my own personal training business, as well as having a full-time job there. But beyond that, someone says, I feel like I'm eating right, but I'm still not losing weight. Well, if you know how the laws of thermodynamics work, you may feel like you're eating right, but if you're not losing weight, you're eating too much, okay? It's a finite law, despite no matter what diet you want to follow. If you eat less and exercise, you will lose weight. Now, I would prefer people fill that with healthy proteins, healthy fats, carbohydrates, fibers, things like that, etc. Beyond that, right, let's base this test off of facts and not feelings. So, once again, if you play tier 7, note whether that was a carrier game or not, if you're not in a carrier. and whether you had a good overall experience. So if you play 10 games, 6 of them were carrier games, your thoughts and feelings, just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in those games. So if you want to put it in this video, say I played 12 games this week, 7 of at tier 7. This is all at tier 7. 7 of them were carrier games. I enjoyed that experience. I did not enjoy that experience. Okay? That's you want to leave that in a comment of this video. If you play those games today. If not, come join my Discord. I will link it in there. And at the end of the week, we're going to try and tally up a good number of those. I think I'll create like a little Google Doc. That actually might be a great idea. I'm going to try and create a Google Doc, which will have that tally, 3 little tabs. How many games, overall games, how many games were a carrier? Did you enjoy that? Yes or no? So yeah, that's how we're going to do that. And this is just kind of to prove a point that, yes, Wargaming released this carrier, and they've pushed for carriers so hard that I think they're finally getting what they want, but I don't think the community enjoys that. And it's not really going to matter one way or another. I think they're going to do whatever they want to do, especially sell ships that are carriers, right? And I know some people are going to comment like, well, actually, carriers were historically in World War II, so technically they should be in the game. And to those people, that's what I got to say. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not a huge fan of them, obviously, but I just want to gather this data so we can be 100% sure of, whether or not our feelings, right, are correct or not. But that being said, if you guys want to participate, if not, just click and comment in the video. All that stuff helps the algorithm anyway. But so at the end of the week, we'll do kind of a follow-up to this video and counter that. Also, I just did another video. You're going to see me in this same pullover here and blue shirt. So yeah, love you guys. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay safe if you are out in the Midwest there. I know there's a little bit of an ice storm. I can hear it actually clicking down a little bit. But yeah, anyway, love you guys. Tally that up for me. I'm out. Peace.